and I'ma stay in my lane. I could do anything I want.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
Wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Now a throw here, hold in. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
The Texans at 6-5 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Stroud looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He's got Jordan complete right side.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Connor is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
Escaping the pressure right. And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. but he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Richardson. This is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. He's on his way. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. And no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
Second down, here's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short game.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. On the option left, Richardson. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Out right to Smith-Njigba. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, here's Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
On the jump.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And complete to Smith and Jigba.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Got his open man. It's Mallory.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3.
All in all, a pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
Big runner Williams there on the stop.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Richardson, meanwhile, going to get this ball to Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They run once more with Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Now it's Richardson.
Well, it's caught, and they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's not going to get in as the big body stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane, but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at third and goal.
Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Stroud.
And he fires one incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz.
And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
4th down. Here's Stroud. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Robinson with another carry. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Stroud looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Robinson not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. Here's Stroud. Touchdown! Takedown from 6 yards away. And the Texans will add to their 4th quarter lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. So Richardson and the Colts now. Down 24-14. 1:17 remains. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's Richardson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense.